Today we're shooting something really tasty. We're shooting a chocolate bar commercial for a client of mine, and they hired me to shoot a video that looks like this. So I'm just preparing for the first shot here, and I rigged up the chocolate bar on a slider here. That's like an electronic slider. And I put this little pin here, and I just want that chocolate bar to move from the right to the left. And as it's moving over, I'm gonna mask in the chocolate bar coming out at the other side. So it's gonna be a tricky shot, and I'm actually gonna do this in post. So I'm gonna mask in the chocolate bar. I took a picture of the chocolate bar because chocolate doesn't look that perfect when it comes out of the packaging. I actually modeled it in Photoshop. It's really important that the product looks good. And then I will mask it in just at the edge here, and it just appears that the packaging is removing from the chocolate bar, and we're gonna have a nice opening shot. And for lighting, I just use one of my Nanlite Pavo tubes here, and I'm just gonna hold it up like this, and just to get a little bit of shadows. And also I'm gonna light up the backdrop that it has a nice color. Pretty simple but effective lighting. So the breaking of the chocolate bar shot. A lot of people on Instagram ask me how I did that shot, and it's actually really simple. So the breaking sequence actually consists of 3 parts. First, the nice chocolate bar, which is a photo, then the actual breaking part, which is a video, and the third part is a screen grab of the video, the last part where it's already broken. I stopped the video, exported the photo, and then manipulated it in Photoshop. So first of all, I took a photo of the chocolate bar. And the reason I took a photo is that chocolate doesn't look good right out of the packaging because it has holes in it or it looks kind of whitish. So with photos, you can easily manipulate it rather than video. In photos, you can just stamp everything out and it's way easier to manipulate. That's why I took a photo. And then the actual breaking, I recorded the video on. So I took the chocolate bar and just actually broke it. And then I had a freeze frame at the end. So I stopped the video at the end, I had a freeze frame, and then masked out my hands, and then also made chocolate look nice. So in this kind of small transition period, the chocolate doesn't look as good, but because it's moving and it happens so fast, you can't really notice it. But in the picture and the freeze frame, because they last longer, I had to really make it look nice, and I did that in Photoshop. On top of that, I masked in the crisps flying through the air when the chocolate bar is breaking. I want to show off the crispiness of the chocolate bar. So I'm gonna throw off these rice puffies. Just gonna throw them up just from here right in front of the lens like this, and then mask it out in post. So when the chocolate breaks, those puffies are gonna go right up the lens, and I think it looks really cool. I actually shot on a black background. I switched it out, that blue backdrop, I switched it out to a black one, because I want to have a nice contrast on the white pops. And the reason I did that is because I lightened the image. So if you go to blend modes, you go to lighten. And then if you have a high contrast scenario in your shot, it automatically will blend out the dark part and make it transparent. So you can easily have it just the pops flying through the air and mask out the black part. So that's why I shot on the black background, and I think it worked out really well and looks really good. So the next shot got a little messy because when I was dropping the chocolate into the melted chocolate, it splashed all over the room here, and chocolate is not that easy to clean off. So I was laying out some papers here and some towels that I don't mess up the floor. But I wanted to get something really catchy to the eye. Slow motion and splashing is always pleasing to watch, so I really wanted to get that shot. It was pretty simple, but I had to get the splash right. So I had to do it a few times, but in the end it worked out. I just lit it from over top with the Nanlite Pavo tube, holding it over the chocolate bowl. And I also had another shot in mind after this, but it kind of didn't work out. Sometimes you just have to focus on the simple things and do them really well. So I'm just doing a little action shot where I want to see how crispy they are, and I just broke up the chocolate and have this little granola fluffy parts, and I'm just gonna throw them in front of the camera and then gonna light them from above with the Nanlite Pavo tube, and then just have another Nanlite Pavo tube down below. And I think it's gonna look really cool in front of the camera when the stuff is flying through the air. So the next shot is going to be some chocolate shots, and it's really satisfying to watch when we pour the chocolate in. So I should have bought chocolate sauce, but I just melted some chocolate. So I want to get some really satisfying shots in this video. So if when you pour chocolate and it's so liquid, I think it's really pleasing to the eye. So I really want to incorporate this in this commercial. So I melted some chocolate and just the camera here top down, and what I'm doing is I'm just gonna pour the chocolate like right on here and see how this looks really satisfying. And just gonna use this Nanlite Power Tube to light this. I mean, I'm just by myself again, and I just hold it like this while I'm pouring the chocolate in, so I get some nice light reflections of the chocolate here. Looks really nice actually. And then I'm gonna also take another shot where I'm gonna stir the chocolate, which is also really pleasing to look. And once the chocolate breaks up kind of, we get these different light reflections here, which also looks really pleasing. So I might use this shot again in the commercial. So just some pleasing shots, because with this commercial you want to catch the eye of the viewer and really make some yummy, eye-catching, satisfying shots to watch, that really the viewer wants to get the chocolate right away and order it. I wanted to finish off the video in the same way I started it. So what I did is I took the picture of the chocolate bar I took in the beginning and just duplicated it and made it cover the screen bit by bit. And once the screen was fully covered, I masked in the packaging of the chocolate bar to cover the whole screen from the side and just make it appear that the packaging is covering the whole screen, taking the chocolate in and then just zooming out again, just a reverse from the beginning shot. And then the logo reveal, which I personally really like, is just some simple Photoshop action. I took the photo which I took in the beginning of the chocolate bar and I just erased bit by bit parts of the chocolate and then just exported a photo every time I erased a part and just put it together in Premiere Pro, and then just made it seem like somebody's eating up the chocolate bar and making the logo reveal from behind, which is a really cool transition. Alright, that's it. I hope you learned something in this video. A free and easy way to support the channel is hit that like button, and if you like the video you might consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. Shoot me a message on Instagram on sebpicmedia, and I will see you in the next video.